So you're looking for the ultimate American-made mock toe boot. You want one that's heritage, but also delivers on modern comfort and durability. Well, today I have 4 boots that represent exceptional American craftsmanship. I'm talking about the Thorogood American Heritage, the Wing Roughneck, the Truman mock toe work boot, and the White's Perry Select. They all look the part, but really only one of them stands out as my personal favorite. I'm going to break down the leather, the construction, the comfort, and really my overall take on each of these. And by the end, you're going to know which one earns a spot in your closet. Welcome to Stray Reviews. I'm Lee, and I'm here to help you find the best men's lifestyle gear and apparel. And today, I'm comparing 4 incredible American-made mock toe boots. Now, finding the right boot is about investing in a piece of gear that's going to last for years, and it's going to age with character, and it's going to protect your feet. A quality mock toe boot is a massive part of any rugged casual wardrobe, and it needs to be comfortable for all-day wear, and it needs to be well built enough to hold up through the years of that wear and those resoles. If you'd like to take a closer look at any of these boots, I'll leave links down in the description as well. Now I'm going to get into these American modern classics, but first I want to thank me for sponsoring this video. I write fantasy novels with adventure at heart, and I recently dropped my 5th book in the 5-book series, and I'm going to leave a link to those books down in the description as well. All right, let's start off with the Thorogood American Heritage 6-inch mock toe boot, and I got these in the color tobacco. These boots have a classic work boot aesthetic and are a great entry point for an American-made Goodyear welted boot. The American Heritage is made from full-grain oil tan leather, and it includes a sturdy pull tab on the back. They're built with 3 sets of eyelets, 3 sets of speed hooks, and a 4th set of eyelets at the top. Also, they have a slightly padded collar, and it makes them really the only boots today with a padded collar. Like all of the boots in the roundup, they are 360-degree Goodyear welt constructed, so they can be resoled if needed. And these sit on top of the Thorogood Maxwear wedge outsole. These are unlined at the quarters and textile lined at the toe box, and they come with a thick, rubbery, squishy, removable footbed, and they actually even have a little bit more foam padding underneath that. I took these in my normal Brannock size of 10, and they fit perfect. If you have wide feet, these are also available in wide sizes. In fact, all of the boots today come in wide sizes, so you are in luck if that's what you need. The Thorogood American Heritage sells for $255 and is made in Marshfield, Wisconsin. Of all of the boots in this roundup, these were the most comfortable right out of the box. And unlike some other heritage boots, you really don't need to wear thick socks to prevent comfort around the ankle while they're breaking in. The triple stitching at the quarters and the thick leather really give you some confidence that they're going to hold up for a very long time. And also, some users say that the Maxwear outsole may even last longer than the Vibram Christie soles that are used on the Whites and the Trumans because of their composition. For an American-made boot, the price point is excellent, and the leather is really just as thick as any of the other boots in the roundup today. Some heritage boot enthusiasts might not appreciate the heavy use of synthetic materials in these, but really my biggest complaint about these boots is the tongue. It is gusseted up to the 4th eyelet, which is good, but it just kind of feels too big for the boot, and it slides around, which can be annoying. Normally with a tongue like this, you can kind of fold it just right so that it feels right against your foot, but I have not found that to be the case with these, at least not for me. The Thorogood is for anyone who wants an entry-level American-made Goodyear welted boot at a decent price and prioritizes out-of-the-box comfort over traditional minimal materials. Next, we have the Wing Heritage Roughneck boot in briar oil slick leather. This boot has that Wing classic mock toe shape, but it adds an important feature that sets it apart. The pair I picked up is made from their briar oil slick leather that is some of my favorite leather from Wing. They come with 7 sets of eyelets and no speed hooks, which I know might be a deal breaker for some people. They also have a rolled leather collar. Like I mentioned, they're 360-degree Goodyear welted, and they sit on a Vibram Lug TC4 Plus outsole. And they're the only boot today with a lug sole. The Roughnecks are unlined at the quarters, and they have a smooth leather lining at the toe box. And the insole is a thick slab of vegetable tan leather. They might not be squishy like the Thorogoods, but they'll conform to your feet over time, giving you a custom fit. I took these in my normal Brannock size of 10, and the fit was snug at first, but they quickly relaxed for a great fit. The Wing Roughneck sells for $330 and is made in Red Wing, Minnesota. The Briar Oil Slick leather on these is just gorgeous, and the brown-red color variations give it great character, and it's a versatile color that works with really almost any outfit or casual outfit. Also, I really like this proper lug sole, which will give you much better grip and traction than the wedge soles on the other boots. I like the classic Red Wing mock toe shape here as well. It's rugged yet casual, and with this leather and these soles, kind of refined. There's something so classic and distinctively Red Wing about these boots. They look amazing, and they really feel better each time you wear them. That said, the rolled collar on these will require a little breaking in. I know that's something I say a lot, which means that you're going to want to wear thick socks until they soften up. Also, the lack of speed hooks can be a deterrent if you are constantly taking your boots on and off. Lastly, being the only lug sole in the roundup, you may need to pick the occasional rock out of the sole, something that you don't need to worry about with a wedge sole. The Red Wing Roughneck is for anyone who loves that classic Red Wing mock toe aesthetic, but wants a bit more grip and versatility from their sole than the standard wedge sole. Tap that like button for me if you lean towards a lug sole rather than a wedge. Also, hit the like button if you just love Red Wings. Number 3 in the roundup today is the Truman mock toe boot in Eastern Brown snakebite leather from Seidel Tanning in Wisconsin. Now, this is a robust, simple, and I mean that in a good way, boot with a premium feel and a strong workwear heritage vibe. These are made with 5 sets of eyelets, 2 sets of speed hooks, and probably has my favorite lace-up configuration of the boots today. The hardware is antique brass, and it also has a very beefy leather pull loop. It's 360-degree Goodyear welted, and it sits on a Vibram Christie wedge sole. The insides of these boots are unlined at the quarters, and they have a smooth leather lining at the toe box. The insoles are also a thick slab of leather like the Red Wing insoles. The sizing on the Trumans were really the most tricky for me of all the boots today, with the recommendation being to take a full size down from your Brannock size. I do prefer a little bit more wiggle room, and I'll occasionally throw in a third-party footbed in my boots, so I actually opted for a half size down instead. I actually like the fit at a half size down, and with winter coming, I'll probably be leaning into thick wool socks with these. The Truman mock toe boot sells for $339 and is made in Eugene, Oregon. Now, I really like this snakebite leather. It feels more waxy and robust than the other leathers here, and there's something very just simple and attractive about this design. They lean into the work boot design, but would not look at all out of place at a coffee shop. The lacing configuration with 5 eyelets and 2 speed hooks is efficient and it's practical, and I appreciate the great pull tab on the back as well. Now, this is my first pair of Truman boots, and I am really impressed. The quality of the craftsmanship and the materials for the price that you pay really makes them feel well worth the investment. This sizing recommendation means that you may end up playing a little bit of sizing roulette, but that's going to vary for everyone. The Truman mock toe boot is for anyone looking for a simple, clean, robust, high-end mock toe boot with rich, unique leather. This one might just end up becoming your next daily driver. Okay, last up we have the White's Perry 6-inch Select in British Tan Double Shot, also from Seidel Tanning in Wisconsin, proving once again that great things come from Wisconsin. Double Shot leather is a hot wax stuff leather with a super smooth finish, and it has a rich pull-up. These have 4 sets of eyelets, 3 sets of speed hooks, and another set of eyelets at the top, like the Thorogoods. They also come with long leather laces, so you can wrap them around the shaft, or you can just cut them to your preferred length. Like the other boots, they're 360-degree Goodyear welted, and they sit on a Vibram Christie wedge sole. The inside is unlined except for the toe box, which has a suede leather lining, and they come with a removable footbed with a really robust arch support. If you're not into the footbed, there's also a leather insole underneath that. Whites recommends going a half size down with these. That's what I did, and I got a great fit. The Perry 6-inch Select sells for $400 and is made in Spokane, Washington. The craftsmanship on this boot is impressive, and the British tan double-shot leather has a gorgeous color profile that really catches the eye. Combined with the leather laces, they are also just a great rugged-looking boot. If you're not into leather, they do come with another pair of boot laces. The combination of a veg tan leather insole and a removable footbed makes this unique in the lineup today. The fit is excellent when you go down a half size from your Brannock size, and that's with or without the footbed, though you might need to wear them for a little bit, kind of like the redwings, to get them to relax a little bit if they feel too snug. One cool small detail is the tag on the inside of the tongue, and that's where the manufacturer date is stamped, and in case you're just kind of wondering exactly where and when these were made. There's really not much to complain about the Perry Selects though. They're thoughtfully made with some great materials, and the fit recommendation was really spot on for me. These boots are for anyone who appreciates a boot from a true heritage brand, leans towards that wedge sole, and values robust arch support, but can remove that if they want to. If I had a small nitpick, it's that I'm just not into the eyelets above the speed hooks. Like the Thorogoods, I just don't use them. I'm sure there's a function or there's a tradition there that I just haven't learned yet. And if you know what it is, can you just let me know down in the comments below, please? Also, let me know what your favorite American mock toe boot is. Thanks so much. All right, I'm gonna give you my bottom line opinion, but if you're getting some value out of this today, then I want to invite you to the My Favorite Things free newsletter, where I send out a list of my favorite gear and apparel each month. And I'll leave a link to sign up for that down in the description as well. The bottom line is that all of these boots offer incredible American-made quality, but they each serve a different need. The Thorogood is the clear winner for out-of-the-box comfort and value. The Wing Roughneck is the one to pick if you want that classic red wing mock toe aesthetic. The Truman is a wonderful all-rounder, and the White's Perry Select stands out for fit and support. Honestly, all great boots, but my favorite of the roundup today has to be the Wing Roughneck. Maybe it's the everyday versatility, or maybe because it feels like a step up from their classic mock, which I also really like after the break-in. But I just keep reaching for these more than the others. And at the end of the day, the best boots are the ones you'll wear. And if you want to see my full review of the Wing Roughneck boot, then check out this video here. I want to thank all of you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you over in the next video.